Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 139 for this Friday, August 8th. This is where we talk about the tech news of the day. We talk about the eInk news of the day. We talk about kind of maker stuff of the day as well. I'm your host, Rod, neighborhood purveyor of eInk and kind of all things tech around here. I'm here with some of my good friends in the chat, aka the co-host of the show. Again, eInk news. Daily, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, so join us whenever you can. I appreciate the guys in the chat joining me super early for this live stream. Owen Ling is in the, I said Owen Ling, Owen and Dr. Ling is in the chat. I think we have a couple more people here as well, so thank you for joining us. Am I good out there? Can you guys hear me? Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't know. You got to check. You got to check. Another thing we got to talk about here is ChatGPT. We brought this up yesterday, kind of a leak of that, but we got some like final details about it. We're going to talk about that. We got a story about microplastics and the magic erasers, which I thought was pretty interesting. We're going to talk about that as well. A pretty concise show we got going on here today. And I want to get some people's take on the eInk updates that have been happening over the last couple weeks, which have been a lot of updates happening on eInk devices. So if you guys got some opinions or some comments you want to share about that, I'm here for it. Again, as always, you have a chance to do a call-in portion of the show. Did we put the chat in here? I thought we did. We have a call-in kind of portion of the show where you can go into the Discord, go into the events channel. And if you have an opinion on anything we talk about here today, you can go to that channel and raise your hand. Let me know you want to say something. And I'll invite you onto the show and you can say what you want and speak your piece live on the show. So that's going to be later on in the show after we get through all of these stories here, but just keep that in mind. Also, a link to the Discord is in the description if you just want to join the Discord and join the conversation that we have there during and after the show, if you want to continue these conversations after we're done here. All right, let's go ahead and get to the holidays of the day. All right, so first up, we got, as far as holidays go, we got International Cats Day. If you're a cat lover, I'm a cat person now. I never considered myself a cat person until recently. Amy has converted me. But it's International Cats Day. We got 4 of them here. Happiness Happens Day is today. So if you are unabashedly enjoy some happiness today. The sun is shining here in Philadelphia today, so I'm going to unabashedly go out and do some one wheeling. Mind you, there's a new one wheel on the market. We'll probably talk about that during the show as well. But yeah, enjoy some happiness today, everybody. You deserve it. Sneak zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. Now, when I heard that and saw that, I instantly had to do some research because I'm like, is that a thing? Apparently, it's a thing. So, if that's your thing, I won't yuck your yam, but you're into some wild stuff, bro. You're into some wild stuff. What do we got in the chat going on here? Brian, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Good morning. Owen, absolutely nice word. Well done, sir. Oh, unabashedly nice word. Well done, sir. No doubt. I try to throw a word out there every now and again. You got to just bring out the American English dictionary sometimes and the thesaurus. And look up some different words. Where is it a thing? In Quebec? Yes, it is. Happy Friday, Nazoni. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know what? Let's look up that. Let's look that up, Owen. Let's just do ourselves a favor and look that up. What do we got here? We're gonna sneak zucchini. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, so we don't have that up. Let me get this up here. Yeah, so it is a thing. We're gonna look at it real quick. We're gonna look at it before we get to the tech news. We got to find out about the zucchini thing. We're gonna research this together. Oh, let's do the browser. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. Here we go. The browser is in full effect. What do we got? Zucchini. Bam. Are you guys seeing that? I think you are. Okay, so we got August 8th is National Sneak Zucchini some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. This is a is a fun way to celebrate the abundance of zucchini during peak season for playful Playfully leaving some on your neighbor's porch as a lighthearted way to share excess zucchini without getting caught. Like what? Where is this though? Origin: the holiday was created by radio personality Thomas Roy, who also invented other quirky holidays. But where? Okay, do we even care where at this point? It's a thing. It's a thing. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get to the Rod Wake Up Coffee. You know what? I'm starting a buy me a coffee, and I'll do different coffees depending on what kind of donations I get for buying coffee, and it'll be a little segment on the live. It'll be great. I pump myself full of coffee all day, so I'll take coffee donations. Coffee ain't cheap, and if it's all you drink, it's definitely not cheap. All right, let's go ahead and get to the tech news. All right, so first up we have what do we got first up? First up, we got ChatGPT available now. So let's go ahead and talk about the details of ChatGPT. Like I said yesterday, we talked about this a little bit on the show, and when we mentioned the leak of what was going to happen, which wasn't much information, but everyone kind of knew what was going to happen, but I had to talk about it because it was breaking news at the time. So here we go. We got some details. So it launched yesterday, August 7th. They're doing a tiered rollout for ChatGPT 5. Available for Plus, Pro, and Team subscribers. Free users also have availability to it, but to a more limited degree. Full rollout expected to take a few days from now. So we're looking at about a week until they get all of these features rolled out to everyone. But you can definitely look forward to seeing all of this stuff. So capabilities. It's not one model, but a system of models. ChatGPT picks the best model or models, plural, based on the job that you're doing. So if you're doing a big job or a more complex job, it's going to pick the more complex or the model that takes longer because you're trying to get more done. But if you just want a quick answer to something that doesn't take a lot of computation, then it'll use the scaled down model, of which they have about 4, and we'll talk about those as well. ChatGPT picks the best model or models, like I said, plural, based on the job. Smaller models for simple tasks and more competent models for complex tasks. Many models working together to complete a task. So that's another thing. So not only will it pick the model that's right for the task, time specific wise and complexity wise, it's also going to incorporate multiple agents or multiple models in on one job to get the job done in the most efficient manner. So that's going to be a thing as well. Some of the standout features: advanced reasoning and reduced hallucinations. What do we got here? Coding and design. So advanced features and reduced hallucinations. So this is going to help with coding. It's going to help with making the information that you get more reliable, right? So hopefully this is something that's going to make people's faith in what you get from AI a little less shaky. What do we got here in the chat? Tech on this subject. Check your messages. Oh. Mine, you the coffee. Buy your Steam. Oh, everybody buying the coffee, buy your Steam Deck. Okay, listen, there we go. The Steam Deck is on order. Or Stream Deck is on order. It's on order. So we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting there. Let's see. More autonomous in everyday tasks and coding. Can sense emotional tones, which I thought was interesting. So they basically gave examples of it being able to sense what kind of tone you have based off what you're typing and how you're typing it and what you're saying to it, and kind of respond in kind. I thought that was a kind of interesting, controversial, yes, but interesting. Improve memory and personalization, like chatbot personalities. So it's going to have the ability for you to tailor its response to you, whether it kind of listened or mentioned like a listener kind of person or personality. A nerdy personality that can respond to what you're saying. So different personalities based on what you want to get out of the chatbot. Improve external app integration. So they gave examples like of Drive with Google and documents and things like that from Microsoft Office. So you'll be able to bring in many different types of information into ChatGPT, which I think it can do to a certain degree now. But but apparently it's doing it better. The different model types. So this is where we're going here with the different model types. Let's take a look here. We have ChatGPT 5, ChatGPT 5 Chat, ChatGPT 5 Mini, and ChatGPT 5 Nano. Now, these are varying degrees of complexity or compute power and size as far as being able to scale for whatever you're trying to do personally. And this is on to the developers, right? This is like information for developers so they can know how to know what model they want to use for their particular environment or app that they're trying to make. Available for Plus, Pro, and Team members, like I said before. Free users have a limited access, and full rollout expected to take a few days. But it is available right now for people who want to try ChatGPT 5. So those are the specifics on that little thing there. How you guys feeling about that? When I get not ChatGPT information, but when I get AI information, it's overload these days because you get it so much and you get it so frequently. But the major updates, I feel like it's important to kind of take a look at and see what they're offering and see what the advancements are. For me, I'll never know what the advancements are until I'm actually using them in real world ways. Like this stuff almost means nothing to me. You know what I mean? But when I start using it and find ways that it's improving my workflow, then those things mean more at that point. And as far as coding goes, the coding aspect of AI is always going to get better with every iteration. So we can just expect coding to get better no matter what the update is going to be. What else we got here? No read on. Let's see here what we got in the Discord. Discord is a way for people to leave links if you want. If you're in the Discord, you can leave links for the show like Owen's done right now. I think he left a link in the live chat here. Nope, it's not in the live chat, Owen. Where'd you leave it at? Oh, messages? Oh, I see it. Okay, we're good. And this is something you can do if you're in the Discord. And if you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. ChatGPT 5 integration. Interesting. All right, we'll take a look at that too, Owen. We'll definitely take a look at that story. Thank you for the link. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. So I really appreciate him using it that way to kind of add to the show. And this is one of the benefits of having the live show and then members being in the Discord is that you can't do links on YouTube, but you can send links via the Discord. So that's an awesome way to use the technology. But we'll get to that story. Basically, it's iOS 26 bringing ChatGPT 5 integration to Apple devices. Yeah, and like I said, this is a tiered rollout for ChatGPT 5. This kind of plays into the story here. Actually, we can do this now because it does play into the story. This is kind of interesting because, like I said, they are doing a tiered rollout of this ChatGPT 5, and some companies have had this for a little while. Obviously, they announced it yesterday for public use, but companies behind these scenes have been using this for a little while now. And some privileged users, I think, have been using it for a little while as well. So, let's take a look at this story that we got from one of the viewers, Owen, here. So let's take a look. Apple Intelligence will integrate OpenAI's newly launched ChatGPT 5 model when OS 26 arrives next month. Apple has confirmed. The integration means Siri will tap into the latest AI model when Apple's own system can't handle specific requests. ChatGPT 5, which OpenAI announced Thursday, offers enhanced reasoning capabilities and coding tools and better voice integration and video perception compared to the current ChatGPT 4o model powering Apple Intelligence. Currently, ChatGPT can be invoked selectively with Apple Intelligence for tasks like web searches, document queries, and visual intelligence on iPhone 15 Pro and later models. Users can access these features without an OpenAI account, although linked ones enable subscription benefits. Apple Intelligence can also gain new capabilities in iOS 26, including live translation for real-time conversation interpretation in FaceTime and messages, plus visual intelligence upgrades for system-wide content searching. Very interesting. So, like I said, they clearly have had this for a little while here, but it's just one of the the benefits of the bigger companies, right? They're going to get these things early, and it's good to see that they have a path for their AI, which I still don't think is a solid path for them. For Apple, I'm speaking about. I don't have any faith in Apple's AI strategy. I don't care what they start to surface. Like, this almost means nothing to me because okay, you're going from one ChatGPT model to the next ChatGPT model, but you still don't have an AI plan yet, like a one that's actually working. So you're just bringing new models into a defunct system. I don't know. I don't have any confidence in Apple's AI plan thus far. If they do something in the near future to change my mind on that, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I don't have any faith in Apple's AI plans. And them incorporating new stuff into a broken system it doesn't make it good. It's still broken. Dr. Ling says, did anyone see the video about what every tech company versus Apple was releasing in 2025? Everyone releasing their own AI while Apple is releasing the calculator app for iPad. I mean, Dr. Ling is basically echoing my sentiments exactly here. They don't have an AI plan. They're just bringing new stuff into a broken system. Like, yeah, that bridge is broken, but we can send a shiny new truck over it. It's a new truck. It might cross it. It's probably got jet propulsion systems on the truck. It's a new truck. It probably has jet propulsion. The bridge is definitely broken, but this new truck it'll do the job. It'll do the job. Owen says, my theory is that their testing takes up to gauge the justification of purchasing something. True, they bought it. They might as well embed it, right? But the iPad has had a calculator for 2 years now. Well, I think a dedicated calendar app or one that was up to iPad standards. I remember seeing a story that they just really updated the iPad calculator, which I thought was weird. They're like one of the features that people were excited about in an update for the iPad was the calculator app. I'm like, dude, if that was what gets you excited, Apple bringing parity to their devices, and in the case of AI, they're not bringing parity at all. It's ridiculous. But moving on. So that is the ChatGPT ChatGPT 5 news that we have, and those were the specs for that. Moving on, we got the Magic Clean Sponge releases microplastics, which I didn't know. I use those things a lot. Like when I say a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out what we can on these microplastics here. So it looks like a magic cleaning sponge is found to release trillions of microplastic fibers. So this story is according to research published in the Environmental Science and Technology by the American Chemical Society. A couple of things I didn't know, which is that those foam eraser pads are made of melamine, which is a plastic itself, which I don't know why I didn't consider that a plastic, but yeah. Apparently it releases millions of fibers from a single sponge, and they used Amazon's sales history to kind of extrapolate their data based on some of the research that they were doing with these sponges. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they did here. So the team purchased several sponges from 3 popular brands, then repeatedly rubbed them against textured metal surfaces, causing the foam to wear down. They found that sponges made from denser foam wore down more slowly and produced fewer microplastic fibers than less dense sponges. Next, the team determined that a single sponge releases approximately 6.5 million fibers per gram of worn out sponge, and assumed that all sponges sold on average are worn down by 10%. To get a rough idea of how many fibers could be released per month, they looked at Amazon's monthly sales from August 2023. Assuming these numbers stay consistent, the team calculated that 1.55 trillion fibers from melamine sponges could be released every month. However, this number only takes into account one online retailer, so the actual amount could even be higher. I think that's interesting. Just because we had this microplastics conversation not too long ago, and I thought that was a pretty interesting follow up to that. But yeah, the magic sponge is plastic. Who knew? Going to the chat. What does it? It does, but it's a hand off right now. Oh, okay. Apple Siri goes through ChatGPT to answer questions. It does, but it's a handoff. Yeah. Not all the time. There apparently there is some local AI processing going on Apple's end on device as well. So it's not just ChatGPT, but it's other things as well there. All right. Super concise show today. I like this. Updated Kindle ColorSoft. So that's the eInk news we got for the day. And I want to talk about some of the updates we got going on too. If you guys have any opinions on the updates that have been going about, let's check it out. All right, so the new Kindle Soft. We talked about this story here. When did we talk about this? A few days ago, and I was talking about how this is a story that had come from the sources over at. Who was that? That was Goody Reader. Goody Reader was a source we were looking at there. How's it going, Alex? Thanks for joining. And BM, I didn't even notice BM snuck into here. How's it going, BM? Thanks for joining. So we talked about this not too long ago when I talked about a Goody Reader story where they were talking about a new update for the ColorSoft happening in the EU and somewhere else, but it hadn't happened in the US yet. Well, apparently it had happened in the US. I'm going to stop with the Goody Reader thing, but apparently people have reviewed them already, and it's available here. And I just wanted to give some information and a follow-up on the specs, because we didn't get any from that article we went through from Goody Reader. But just looking at this now, we have the differences in the display for both the new 16 gigabyte model and the upgraded Signature Edition. They feature a 7-inch eInk Kaleido 3 color display. The resolution remains 300 pixels per inch for black and white content and 150 ppi for color. Even though those displays have supposedly been upgraded in some kind of way, I'm not sure how. Storage. The new base model comes with 16 gigabytes of storage, while the Signature Edition continues to offer 32 gigabytes. Front light. The 16 gigabyte model features a manually adjustable front light. The Signature Edition remains with its auto adjusting front light. Wireless charging on the Signature Edition. And as far as performance goes, I couldn't find any specs on performance, even though every publication seems to tout upgraded performance. There aren't really any specs, just the fact that there's upgraded performance. And there are numbers for sustainability that everyone's been talking about too, as far as the Signature Edition now is made of 29% recyclable materials versus the 18% recycled materials of the previous model. But it's interesting. Super interesting there. I want to get more information on these new updated displays that they're talking about, but there isn't any information. I need to do another deep dive into the new Kaleido 3 displays, if they're new at all, and what they're offering over the edition. Because I remember last year they did a upgrade to the backplanes. Well, not last year, but a year ago, effectively last year. I feel like we've known microfiber releases tiny plastic fibers for a while now. I assume that extended to everything in that space, says Alex. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't associate those magic erasers as being microfiber-ish. I don't know why I didn't associate you two. I never did, which is why I found this interesting. So I definitely learned something. I definitely educated myself today on that. But yeah, Kindle Soft, new stuff. How are the updates? Anybody have any comments on the eInk updates that have been happening over the last week or two? There are updates on devices that I don't personally have, so I'm interested to see how people feel about those. If the updates have been good. Any drawbacks? I've noticed a few from mine that I'm putting together or putting notes together for a video for. But nothing super major though. But I will say everyone has been doing a really good job on the updates for their devices. Supernote's been doing a really good job on their features, on their updates. Remarkable's been doing I know a lot of people with the channel don't really see Remarkable as a contender or a real contender for e-ink note taking, but I still do. I really do, as far as the masses are concerned. But they've been doing some really good work on their updates lately. And Onyx, man, I won't say, well, they've been doing updates because bringing the tools to the shortcut bar or shortcut menu was big, and they've made a couple other big changes as well. But I think that the biggest thing for me with the Onyx updates have been the refinements to how responsive it's become. And I've talked about this a couple times on the live show, and I can't say it enough. Like, it's one thing to get a new feature, right? But it's another thing for a feature to just be kind of redefined, and that's what they're kind of doing with a lot of their features on their devices. They're kind of redefining the use of them because they work so good right now. My go-to for some tools are go-tos now when they weren't before, and I use them. Either I use some of the tools that I didn't use before because they work so much better now, or I use them in a different way, in a more efficient way than I did before because they work so much better now. It's just been the refinements on the Onyx book side of the e-ink note-taking verse has been really refreshing. I'm really enjoying the refinements that they've done, and just making the response of things happen more snappier. And line quality and the way the pins act has been greatly improved. Like, greatly improved. Oh, let's put this up here. Can we do that? Oh, we can. Yeah, it's been greatly improved, and I really appreciate that. Anything bigger here for us here in the chat? What do we got here? Dr. Ling says, Remarkable sending out a fake update. What are we talking about? No handwriting search yet for me. No, are you a Connect subscriber? Because if you're not a Connect subscriber, that won't be a thing. Even though I supposedly got the new update. Yeah, you'll need to be a Connect subscriber to get that functionality, Dr. Ling. That's the only reason I haven't tried it yet, because my Connect subscription ended and I haven't updated it yet. Owen says, Remarkable is dead on arrival until it switches to Android. You know this. It has absolutely no mass market appeal. Whoa, I actually, now, I could be wrong on this, but I've always been of the opinion that Remarkable is the mass market, and I've always thought Supernote and the Boox platform, I thought those were the fringe edges of the bell curve, and Remarkable was the bell curve. That's how I've always seen it. Am I wrong about that? Boox Infinite Scroll only supports one page is not ideal. Yeah, Boox Infinite Scroll they've added it for the sake of adding it. There's no need for them to have it though. It lacks all of the main features that I care about in the main note taking or the default note taking structure. The non-infinite note. It lacks features. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. It's not for me. I'll take Remarkable's implementation of the Infinite Scroll over theirs all day. And one of the big reasons I'll take Remarkable's implementation of the Infinite Scroll is the ability to select everything below a certain line with the Remarkable platform. That when they came out with that, oh my goodness, that was a big thing for me. I couldn't. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's it. That's the feature everyone should have. Even if these companies don't adopt Infinite Scroll, which, like I said, Onyx I don't think should at this point because they haven't implemented it in a usable way. I think that anytime you have a feature like that makes selecting things so much easier, everyone should use it. So Remarkable brought that select everything below this line feature to the game, and it's great. That's the one thing that's one of the things I miss when I go to other platforms from the Remarkable. And like I said, that's perfect for infinite scroll pages. Like it's almost a must for infinite scroll, but it's super efficient and a way more elegant way of handling selecting a lot of text, especially if you know you want to select everything below a certain portion of your note. Man, it's beautiful. They did a great job with that. Yes, and I'm a Connect subscriber. Oh, Dr. Ling, yeah, you should have that feature. That's crazy. Maybe it's a staggered rollout. I heard of Remarkable before hearing about Boox and Supernote, so anecdotally, I agree. Remarkable is the mass market appeal, and same here. My first eInk device was a Remarkable too, because it was the first eInk device for note taking I had heard of. And then once I realized that there was a world of eInk note-taking devices, I started doing my research on different devices and realized that I really liked the Supernote platform. But that wasn't before I stumbled upon Onyx with the Boox platform and got hooked on being able to do so many things with eInk. But I still prefer the Supernote. Owen says Command A. Oh, I like that Remarkable isn't Android. I think they have the potential to have the best security since all these eInk companies use such old versions of Android. Agreed, Alex. Also, I don't like I don't like that these eInk companies use Android for another reason too. It makes you lazy with UI design. Android comes packed with so many default skins and so many things that you can like add on to the system without having to create it yourself, that everything becomes cookie cutter. And I think the beauty of one of the beautiful parts of Remarkable's UI is that it's a unique UI. They had to build it from the ground up, not considering any baked in elements, right? That's the beauty of Remarkable too. Even though the Supernote platform is built on Android, they took the opposite approach that most of these people who use Android take. They made their own all unique elements for their UI, which I think was a smart idea. And it almost doesn't look like Android because they have all custom elements. And that's what I enjoy. AKA most companies, IT departments can't approve eInk for employees. Yeah, I mean, the security just isn't there yet. Most of them are using old versions of Android until these eInk companies start springing for the current version of Android. And I definitely think this is just a licensing fee dilemma. I think that's the barrier to them keeping up with the current version of Android. Palm says, I don't know if you ever watched any of Justin Suggs videos, but this method of learning is ideal for infinite scroll type of notebook. I haven't seen that. Justin Sung? I'm gonna check that out though. I'll check out Justin Sung. I appreciate you for passing that along. And thanks for joining the stream, Parm. Owen says, this just in from the peanut gallery. Rod says Android developers lack imagination and creativity. More at 6. They do. Like, Android has made developers lazy. And not just aesthetically lazy, but efficiency, just optimization wise, it's made people lazy in that sense. Learning about learning. Justin Sung is great. Learning about learning. Oh, I love that concept. That's so meta. Learning about learning. All right, yeah. So those are the things I'm liking. I'm liking that eInk companies are definitely picking up their update strategy. They're bringing meaningful updates to these devices, and in the case of Onyx, they're refining also to a degree to where it's making tools that I could not and would not use before usable and integral to my workflow. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right. Anything else, you guys? Anything else we need to talk about today? What do we got? What else we got on the menu? We got no more stories. Oh, the crystal nib. Any questions on the crystal nib? Any feedback? Anyone have a crystal nib? Oh, and for people who got a crystal nib and you haven't received a tracking number yet, that's on me. So what happened was I'm new to this ordering system that I just went to with the new site. So I'm learning how to go through it and read all the data and process everything correctly. So I missed a couple. They will get sent out today, so you should get your tracking order today if you haven't gotten your tracking order yet. So my apologies. I got a couple emails from people saying that they haven't received tracking orders or tracking numbers yet. So I just want to put that out for everybody. Feedback has been really great too. I've gotten about 7 pieces of feedback. Only one bad piece of feedback, and that was someone crushed their nib under their cap. The Lamy is a metal. The nib is ceramic, so that crushed when they put the metal cap on their stylus. I guess the nib was sticking out too far and they crushed it. So that's the only bad piece of feedback I've gotten so far. Everything else has been overwhelmingly good. So thank you to everyone who's bought into the idea of the crystal nib and or helping me like further it along, because that's what this initial sale of it's going to do. It's going to further along the research into making the material harder, making the material in different colors, doing things like that that might benefit you if you have some customization things that you might want to do with your stylus, like I do. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. So thanks for everyone for buying into the idea, and we're going to keep this thing going and getting it better. And this is a great first start here. So I'm looking forward to more feedback. So if you've got one and you haven't left any feedback yet, send me an email. Let me know how you feel about it. You can leave that on the website, rantsaboutTech.com. You can leave me feedback directly at feedback@rantsaboutTech.com. Email me, Rod at rantsaboutTech.com. So yeah, you can leave a comment in the description here or in the comments here. You can go to the Discord, which we have a link for in the description, and you can continue the conversations we've had here today. You can also ask questions about the crystal nib there, and just commune with other people who are into eInk and technology as well. Yeah, so that's the best way to go about doing that. And I think that's going to be the end of the show, everybody. Going to the chat real quick before we get out of here. I think we got caught up with the chat as well, and it's live chat. Sheink will be so proud of me. All right, everyone. Rants About Tech Live, daily show from 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, Monday through Friday. We talk about eInk. We talk about technology. We talk about maker stuff like CNC, 3D printing, things like that if you're making anything. What else I got? Join the Discord, link in the description. Like if you liked. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. I have videos coming out that I'm editing and trying to get through since the nib situation is starting to slow down for me, and I'm not so in a rat race to get that done. I'm still trying to get these nibs done, though. That's going to be a thing. Oh, Shank, thank you. I figured you would be. Shorty today. Yeah. Short show today. Getting back to this nib stuff. I'm so excited to get these nibs done and sized for the crystal nib, or the sheaths for the nibs done. So I've been working on that nonstop, day in, day out. Amy's like so mad at me for being in here with the fumes all day, every day. I got the windows open though. We're good to go. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all on Monday. Take care.